another Friday morning, and from this part of the world, I want to say a very pleasant moment to you wherever you are watching. This is The Movers, and we're reaching you from the network of Silverbird Television. You know very well that on this program, we discuss salient and critical issues about the transportation system in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I need not remind you that transportation is very key to the development of any society. And of course, we'll be looking at transportation from the context of its contributions to the development of Nigeria. My name is Desmond Oyesiku. So let me assure you that today's edition is also going to be as educative as it will be informative and, of course, entertaining. But before we go on this break, I'd like to thank very sincerely those who made it possible for us to be here. That's talking about those supporting The Movers on Silverbird Television. I want to thank most sincerely Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria under the able leadership of the visionary Dr. Alhaj Musa Muhammad, the one you call Metakubi One. Of course, this week, we're also joined by Akomoran, and Akomoran is led in the Federal Republic of Nigeria by my friend and brother, Prince Adebayo Samsudeen Akpelogun. He's known as All-Rounder. And not forgetting the resort where I find a lot of comfort, and I believe you will also do when you visit. And that's talking about IEC Villa Resort in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. I'll take a short break right about now. And when I return, we'll get the program underway. I want to thank you most sincerely for finding time to join us on The Movers.
From 1933, when it began operations as Motor Transport Union, till it was restructured under Decree 21 and 22 of 1978, later amended by Decree 1 of 1999 and published in the Official Gazette No. 6, Volume 65 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria has contributed immensely to the development of Nigeria's economy. As a union backed by law, RTEAN, under the pragmatic leadership of Alhaji Musa Muhammad, is set to play its role in the transformation and reformation of the transportation sector. With a well-established structure in Nigeria's 774 local government areas and about 10 million membership strength, Alhaji Musa Muhammad is poised to lead RTEAN into productive partnership with government at all levels to ensure your comfort. RTEAN, the mover of the nation's economy, is committed to making Nigeria a better place for all. For more information, visit www.rtean.org.ng. Uproad Super! In the heart of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja is a resort with perfect blend of hospitality and technology. The automated amenities at IEC Villa Resort are spiced up with rich traditional and modern designs. At IEC Villa Resort are hybrid beds with orthopedic and spring pillows in a cozy room that is tastefully furnished to meet your class will make every sleep memorable. Experience the wonders of technology with the automated electronic water closet in any of the 27 rooms and apartments that are designed to give you homely aura at affordable rate. IEC Villa Resort guarantees 100% quality meal, exotic drinks, top-notch internet facility, efficient car services, amazing fitness center, and lots more. The peaceful, serene environment that exudes tranquility, backed with our dedication to personalized services, make us unique. IEC Villa Resort, Port 268, IEC Crescent Road, IEC Villa, off American International School Road, Durumi 2, Abuja. For reservation, call 0705-777-8874. Email reservation@iecvilla.com. Website www.iecvilla.com. IEC Villa Resort. Comfort redefined. There were vacuums in Nigeria's transportation system that needed to be filled. It came to the rescue. The rising rate of unemployment in Nigeria has become a thing of concern. It has provided hundreds of thousands of Nigerians with a sustainable means of livelihood. The security challenge in Nigeria could have been worsened by idleness. It engaged and took many youths off the streets. Commercial motorcycle is not an arbitrage, it is rather a beatitude. The word should be regulation and not banning of commercial motorcycles without alternative. This message is powered by Akomoran under the National President Prince Adebayo Samsudeen Akpelogun, all-rounder. Great Akomoran!
Great!
It is heartwarming to know that you're still with us on the Movers, on the network of Silverbird Television. Now, before we proceed, I'd like to quickly inform you that Dr. Musa Muhammad, the national president of RITAN, will be 1 year in office on the 13th of October, that is this month. That's talking about sometime next week. And in celebrating his meritorious service to his association in 365 days, we've got a number of prizes for you to win. And the procedure is just for you to answer our question and you become the prize winner. So in the course of the program, we'll let you have the question and then tell you how and where to send the answers to. Now moving on. One major visible achievement of the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration is his intervention and bringing back to life the railway system in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Of course, you know that that project was run or handled largely, or is anchored largely on loans obtained by the government of Nigeria. Now, Toluwaleke Ali was on the field where she went to find out if the achievement of the intervention and what you have on ground commensurates with the loan that was or is said to be invested in the railway system. Her findings are contained in this package.
Welcome to the special report segment on the Movers. Now, transportation is a very important aspect of every nation. It is one of the things that contributes to the economic development of our nations. And when we talk about transportation, rail transport is one of the modes of transportation that we have. The Obafemi Awolowo train station at Moniya, Ibadan, Oyo State is one of the train stations that the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari built in its efforts to ensure a modern rail transportation system in Nigeria. The government's huge financial investment in this venture is anchored on the several billions in dollars said to have been obtained as loan for this purpose by the government. Many Nigerians have expressed excitement about this project.
But with this rail system, it has really helped a lot of people. Traveling from here to Lagos is becoming so easy and pleasurable.
Judging by the new developments in Nigeria now, the bandits and the bad roads and everything, railway transportation, I think for me, is still the best for now, and it's still safer to travel anywhere you want to go. So I think it's worth it for now.
Personally, it's a laudable project. It has been so productive. At least within a few hours, you are in your place of work, either you want to go or you are coming. It's a welcoming project.
I boarded this train to Lagos. Within 3 hours, I was where I wanted to go. No hold up. And if you see the condition there, the environment, excellent. Fully aircon, and the COVID protocol are maintained. So to me, if we can continue like this and we introduce our maintenance culture, it will go a long way.
Despite the commendations, there's a probing question whether the amount said to have been invested in the project commensurate with what is on ground. For instance, it was reported that in 2016, the government sought and secured the approval of the National Assembly to take a loan of $1.5 billion from the Chinese government. Today, trains regularly ply the Lagos-Abeokuta-Ibadan Rail, Abuja-Kaduna route, and others.
They are investing well. What they are doing is good, is laudable, but as for what they are spending, I don't know. No comment about that.
Another major concern expressed by some Nigerians is the issue of maintenance.
The process will be privatized, because with our experience in government institutions in Nigeria, if this rail system is privatized, it will be better than this. Like if you can book online, book online, that will remove corruption. And when you book, you'll be sure that at least I know where I'm going. When you get here, already you know where you are going to sit. So, to me, it's a laudable program. But our expectation is that this thing should be maintained so that it will continue.
As the government continues to invest into railways, Nigerians are hopeful that it will spread to all parts of the country and that the government will equally pay a lot more attention in the other means of transportation, especially the infrastructure needed for efficient and effective means of road transport. And that's all on the special report segment on the movers. I am Toluwale K. Ali.
All right, welcome back. I also believe that Nigeria, and indeed Nigerians, seem to be having issues with our maintenance culture, especially as it affects our national assets. So in the days ahead, we will possibly get the Nigerian Railway Corporation, or perhaps I think it would be more appropriate to be talking to the Honorable Minister of Transportation, Right Honorable Chibuike, Rotimi Chibuike Amechi, on the mechanism put in place to ensure that this, national asset is adequately, maintained over the years. But like I said, hopefully we'll get that done in the weeks ahead. Last week, we brought you an exclusive interview with a professor of transportation, Professor Kayode Oyesiku, and we did promise that the concluding part of that interview you will get to see on this program this week. So I'm going to take a break right about now to bring you the concluding part of the exclusive interview that we had with Professor Kayode Oyesiku. I can assure you that you've got a whole lot to take away from this. Please stay with us. I'll see you at the end of it.
From 1933, when it began operations as Motor Transport Union, till it was restructured under Decree 21 and 22 of 1978, later amended by Decree 1 of 1999 and published in the Official Gazette No. 6, Volume 65 of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Road Transport Employers Association of Nigeria has contributed immensely to the development of Nigeria's economy. As a union backed by law, RTEAN, under the pragmatic leadership of Alhaji Musa Mohammed, is set to play its role in the transformation and reformation of the transportation sector. With a well-established structure in Nigeria's 774 local government areas and about 10 million membership strength, Alhaji Musa Mohammed is poised to lead RTEAN into productive partnership with government at all levels to ensure your comfort. RTEAN, the mover of the nation's economy, is committed to making Nigeria a better place for all. For more information, visit www.rtean.org.ng. Uproad Super! In the heart of the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja is a resort with perfect blend of hospitality and technology. The automated amenities at IEC Villa Resort are spiced up with rich traditional and modern designs. At IEC Villa Resort are hybrid beds with orthopedic and spring pillows in a cozy room that is tastefully furnished to meet your class will make every sleep memorable. Experience the wonders of technology with the automated electronic water closet in any of the 27 rooms and apartments that are designed to give you homely aura at affordable rate. IEC Villa Resort guarantees 100% quality meal, exotic drinks, top-notch internet facility, efficient car services, amazing fitness center, and lots more. The peaceful, serene environment that exudes tranquility, backed with our dedication to personalized services, make us unique. IEC Villa Resort, Port 268, IEC Crescent Road, IEC Villa, off American International School Road, Durumi 2, Abuja. For reservation, call 0705-777-8874. Email reservation@iecvilla.com. Website www.iecvilla.com. IEC Villa Resort. Comfort redefined. There were vacuums in Nigeria's transportation system that needed to be filled. It came to the rescue. The rising rate of unemployment in Nigeria has become a thing of concern. It has provided hundreds of thousands of Nigerians with a sustainable means of livelihood. The security challenge in Nigeria could have been worsened by idleness. It engaged and took many youths off the streets. Commercial motorcycle is not an albatross, it is rather a beatitude. The word should be regulation and not banning of commercial motorcycles without alternative. This message is powered by Akomoran under the National President Prince Adebayo Samsudeen Akpelogun, all-rounder. Great Akomoran! Great!
Now, before I leave the road transport system, you are a professor of transport, like I mentioned earlier. What's your impression with regards to the call for scrapping of commercial motorcycle as a means of transportation in Nigeria?
My response is very simple. We are cutting our nose to spite our face.
How do you mean?
Thank you. We need to find out initially the emergence of the road of these motorcycles. How did they emerge? And what services do they actually render? If I take you to the memory lane, up till the middle 1980s, right? Up till the late 1980s, you can hardly find them on the road for commercial services. Three things actually happened. One, the level of motorization in Nigeria that could make availability for public transportation services was becoming very low, partially arising from the structural adjustment program and the government inability of the government to sustain the mass transit system program that were put in place. The second thing is that the infrastructure that we support, the use of road services, well, almost, it will also collapse. You have potholes virtually everywhere. And those that are having those transportation services were spending 3, 4, 5, or 6 times more to get their vehicle fixed. That further leads to the dereliction of the number of vehicles that are being on the road, particularly the public transport. And thirdly, the concept of the mass transit for the government was ill-conceived. What is called the mass transit turned out to be a 12-seater, 18-seater bus transportation services. There is no massness in that one.
What is it supposed to be?
A mass transit is supposed to take at least minimum of 60 to 80 at a go in one-way trip. We are talking of large buses. The typical blue and the red buses of Lagos State government, for example, those are what we mean as the bus mass transit. Of course, mass transit itself is further defined by the availability of rail services and ferry services. A rail service that can take about 2,000-3,000 in one direction in a particular trip for 20-27 kilometers of rail services in a particular city. Those three major factors actually led to the emergence of the motorcycles. Affordability then came in, convenience then came in, which people then threw caution into the wind. They now fill in the gap of what could not be made available. And the people had no choice but to do it. One big question: are those three major factors actually be adequately addressed? As of today, as we speak, the answer is no. Majority of the inner roads where people live are still extremely very, very bad. And taxis, including e-calling, Uber, and all whatnot, could also not go to certain places because those roads are terribly bad. And the cost of the maintain that road, they pass it down to the consumers. The consumer, in turn, were not able to afford the transportation system. They then therefore fall back on what is available, that it is cheap. Keke Marua as well as motorcycle.
How then does it come to you when you heard that government at different levels or some state governments are talking about scrapping motorcycle?
I believe that was sheer hypocrisy, because what has led to the emergence has actually not been addressed. To some extent, some governments came with a palliative. In other words, they started bringing buses, which is also very good. Some went to the extent of importing low-scale end of public transport transport called tuke, the one that takes about 6 or 4 passengers as right to complement where at the end of the day, you still have large number of people deprived of the public transportation systems affordably and conveniently to their location places of work. What should have actually been done ideally, before you send these people packing, you must actually replace them with serviceable, large capacity buses that can take passengers from one place to the other, not only within the cities, but across the states and across the federation, in a situation that make the large buses that it is meant available for just to ply few major areas in the city is not actually good enough.
Now, you have helped in setting up transport systems across some countries in the Western world. One then begin to wonder why somebody like you, is not actively involved in the development of Nigerian transport system. Is this another case of one not being, valued at home?
Well, it's very difficult for me to give a concise response. I need to thank Lagos State government. One way or the other, I've been involved in the policy, Lagos State transportation policy, since 2016, 2017, even up till now, right? And one or two other states have also received my blessings in form of consulting with them. But really, because I'm an academic, first and foremost, and I am to provide the research materials for those who are going to make use of it. And I've been doing that in the last 36 years. I must have had about 21 books. The latest is Transport Development and Logistics in Nigeria. All right. And before then, I was New City in Urban and Regional Planning in Nigeria. That is also Nigerian Ports Administration and Development, and so on and so forth. The point is that, for me, perhaps because Nigerians don't make use of research materials, those other developed countries across the world who normally will invite me, times and times again, will see these publications here and there, and on the basis of that, then invite me to participate in the development of their transportation system. You also know the way the Nigerian system also works. You've got to make noise and be a particularly relevant big-time politician to be recognized. I'm ready to serve my state. I'm ready to serve my country if invited. But I will not advertise this kind of thing.
How then is this a case of, because you just talked about Lagos State government now, and I know that Lagos State happened to be one of the states where the government said or decided to scrap a motorcycle. Now, if you talk about providing research material and getting involved in the policies of transportation in Lagos State, is this a case of government not following your professional advice, or they not having the political will to follow what you have advised?
I think in the case of the Lagos State, like in many other states, the ban of motorcycle is actually partial. It's not full. They identify certain high-risk roads. To that, I am in line, in total support. Because there are some routes where the traffic is not only heavy, very fast moving, for which it is very relatively easy for motorcycle or Marua plying that same route with those vehicles to put the passengers at risk. A ban of that is actually acceptable and across the world. Wherever those bans actually extended to certain inner roads are those that are contentious.
You are quite grounded in terms of transportation. Which state in Nigeria has the best transport system by your submission?
Lagos State. Right. And there are a number of reasons. But let me briefly let you know. Lagos State is the only one that actually has a BRT, right, that has a right of lane. It's also a state that is well structured in terms of transportation and transport and logistics administration. By chance, it is also a state that has the complements of all modes: water, rail, road, even air. And they have actually tried to coordinate this to a very great extent. They represent even the best among African countries that are low. Maybe second to Kenya and second to South Africa, Johannesburg particularly.
If you're in government, finally, if you're in government, what will you be doing differently?
The first thing I got to do is to ensure that the rail service is available for virtually everybody, virtually everywhere, both surface and on the ground. Is the transport of the past, is the transport of the present, is the transportation of the future. We cannot escape rail. And mind you, Lord Lugard, as far back as 1916, even said what I'm saying, right? There is no escape to rail because of the nature of its establishment and longevity of the rolling stocks that are put in place and the likeness, mass movement of the people and services. I will first and foremost go after the rail. If I have opportunity to be bounded by the inland waterways, it's also to develop very well my internal waterways. So that, because internal waterways, the services are there, the water is there, right? You don't need to spend money on the right of way. You only need to get ferries and make sure that your jetties are actually well located and placed, just as you have in New York, in New York, and in some other places, in Amsterdam, everywhere, that these things can function. And of course, I will make sure that public transportation functions very well.
Professor Oyesiku, Professor of Transport, Pioneer Vice Chancellor, National University of Education, thank you very much for spending this time, with us and sharing your thought with us on the transportation system in Nigeria. Really appreciate it.
Thank you too.
All right. Let me assure you that next week on this program, we're going to bring you another exclusive interview with another critical stakeholder in the transportation sector in this country. But before we go, I'd like to remind you that you have the opportunity of being a prize winner. And the way to go about it is simply to provide answer to this question. Where was Dr. Musa Muhammad born? Where's his place of birth? And we are giving out some prizes in celebrating his meritorious 365-day service to Ritian. And all you need to do is, if you know the answers, please send it to my Instagram handle at @officialdesi. That's it. And then you'll be our prize winner. This is the much that time can permit us to take this week. But then, we can continue the conversation on any of our social media handle. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel so you can have the exclusive or the full interview, the full package of this program, just in case you miss any of it. My name is Desmond Oyesiku, and on behalf of all the crew of the movers, I want to say thank you and God bless Nigeria.